Hey up everyone, and welcome back to the North for a surprising new episode of the Iron Oath. Now, we haven't covered this for about 6 months, and the reason being is that there wasn't really much of an update for this game for a while. Whilst this episode is technically part of the playlist and the series of the Iron Oath that we've done, I'm going to try and make this episode a bit more like of an introduction to the Friends and Foe update more than anything, so new viewers and returning viewers alike can watch this video and not be like lost by any means. So I might be over explaining a few things here and there, but that's just more for new people for this update and for the game overall. Now, the last time we covered this was about September of 2022 when the last update happened with the Ice character that got added in, but now we have had the Friends and Foe update, which is an insanely sized update for an early access game. It probably could have been broken down to do different updates. So, one of the big changes, as you can't really see here now, is the attributes, generally speaking, have changed quite a lot, and also the UI has had a nice little refresh. What you'll find if you've got a character list or if you've got like a save already in this game, when you update to the new early access version, you'll have been refunded all your attribute points, and that's because they've changed the way that attributes work, and we now go actively off the actual proper attributes and not just like some random ones in the background which they were trying to do. So I've tried to get the characters back to how they were, and I also had to reassign all the ability points as well because they all got refunded, and I feel like there was a few less as well, but I could also be wrong. I'm not entirely sure because there's no quite reference point into how the old attributes tied in properly to the new attributes, so we're gonna have to see how I built these characters. Hopefully they're just as good as they used to be, but I guess we'll find out. So that's a big thing. There's been a huge leveling overhaul. The level cap and like the soft and hard caps have changed, but that's not a massive difference. The class abilities have been completely reworked. The ability trees have been like completely reworked, and also you can actually get access to like the back end of them now. You couldn't do it to begin with. You had to wait for the next update of the game, so that's now accessible. There's way more enemies, there's more enemy types, there's more general conditions, there's more map types as far as I'm aware, and also one of my favorite parts is there is now a codex, and I do love a good codex. So we can actually go in here and see all the enemies, what their abilities are, what their passives are, what sort of damage they do, and so on. They now also have like weaknesses, so you can actually hurt an enemy more if you use like their elemental weakness, for example. Little things like that, and little quality of life updates I think we're going to see from this episode, and a few episodes maybe to come. I'm just trying to get a gauge of if people are still interested in seeing this game. I know that it was a while since the last time we played it, and also it's been a while since the last time they have updated it, so it's more of this episode's more of just a gauge, and because I've got a bit of free time to do it whilst I'm taking a break from doing Battle Brothers. So let's just do a few missions. Let's just reintroduce and see our characters again and see how it plays. One of the big changes, which I didn't mention, is the party size is also increased. So it used to be only 4 people in a party. It is now 5 people. I'll also put a link in the description for the actual store Steam page, just because there are so many changes, I can't really go over all of them right this very second. It's a big list. Feel free to go check it out if you're interested. But let's get some contracts under our belt today. Let's see how our characters actually play, because it has been a while. So we need to go to a crypt. We need to go to a dungeon. He pauses, taking a deep breath. Well, my recent visit didn't last long. The damn place is crawling with undead. I can hardly bear to think about her down there with those monsters. Or worse yet, well, she's now one of them. I can't offer too great a reward, but I and many of us in this town would appreciate it if you could deal with the problem and lay those poor souls back to rest. Yeah, sure, we'll take care of it right away. You're doing a great thing for us. I'll be waiting for your return. I know I'm giving him a northern accent. I'm currently in the south, I think. This is the one thing I was kind of hoping for with this update, where the actual villages and towns in the background actually looked unique to the area they were in. So, for example, this looks like it could be in like a wilderness or like in like some like Midlands area, but we're actually in the desert. So, hopefully something that they can work on for a further update, which, by the way, they have mentioned that the next update will be around June time, and they'll be adding in the new Balladeer class. So there is still a lot more to come. But where are we going now? So we're going here, so let's get traveling. 19 days, that's fine. I'll quickly go over the screens now, because I might as well, because there's not massive changes to the screens per se. So company storage is still there. One thing I will say is, yes, you can. I'm just going to give you yearly rates for 3 years. Whilst that's actually shown up, I will mention that they have actually capped all the salaries as well. So it used to be like really difficult to pay for everyone, but now they've made it so they don't ask for loads. And Yurik, the actual character who's part of the campaign, I suppose you could say, now is free. Like, he just does it off his own back, which is very nice of him. Also, any like enchantments or scrolls that you added to any of your weapons, they also got refunded for this update as far as I'm aware, which is why I'm currently sitting in 3, so I need to attach those to people soon. Obviously, you've got the breakdown here, which is a lot different to what it used to be. It's a nice, it just looks cleaner. All these little pips here are the attribute points themselves. Like, this is how far I've got. When you get to the end, it then goes up by a certain amount. That's sort of how it works. Now, you still got your affinities, you still got your traits, you still got your abilities that are active and inactive, and you've still got the contracts here and there. You are not getting a bonus, Yurik. I don't even pay you. Why would I give you a bonus, you old man? I say old man, I'm slowly getting close to that age every single day. Anyway, the company upgrades are still the exact same. They're exactly where we left them, and the screen is still unchanged. That, I don't think, has changed at all, as far as I'm aware. I think the next one I will go for is roster capacity, though, now that we can take in more people into a fight, which is always good. Current contracts, that's basically the same. Company reputation is also the same, which is fine. Wow, everybody loves us. Especially the North. Well, maybe not these two. Maybe we need to go to Rheinelheim and Wielden. They don't like us that much. And then you've got company history, that's exactly the same. It's not very big for us, just because we've only lost one person in the entire game. And it was a random Vanguard soldier who was with us during one contract, so boo-hoo, I guess. And then, like I say, the Codex is the biggest sort of change. And man, is it a change and a half. There is so much to go through. It's very cool. Anyway, I'm going to do that in my own time. I'm not just going to walk through the Codex for this entire episode, because I know a lot of people would find that kind of boring. But let's get into the main meaty part of this. Let's go. Let's see how different this is. Also, they've changed the combat difficulty of actual dungeons, I believe. They've changed it so the amount of fights per dungeon are different. So depending on, like, the difficulty and the mission length of a dungeon now means X amount of fights are going to happen within a dungeon. So, oh god, 5 people. Man. Well, let's get a mix of people in, because like I say, it has been a goddamn while. So, Lightning... I'm just going to call them all by bad names. Lightning Man, Shield Maiden, Fists of Fury. Not quite. Right, so we've got the dude. I'll take Elvira as well. Let's go with that. So then at least we've got some defense, and we've also got some damage dealing and range. They've also reworked range as well, but we'll get into that when we actually do some fights. And I don't know what's coming with these two. I mean, that might suggest that there's some new enemies that we'll see in this mission. Very cool. I think provisions are basically the same. Yeah, it looks like they're practically the same as well, which is absolutely fine. I'll take one tool. I'll take one set of tools. Not really too worried about that. I guess I'll take one ale. I'll take another potion. That'll do. Let's venture. Let's go. And, you know, the art style is still very cool. It's still very cool. I still like the general 8-bittiness of it. God, I need to remember how to play the game. It's been so long. Right. Always scout. It never hurts to scout, especially when you've got these warning signs. So you move through the corridor, keeping a watchful eye on your surroundings. Richter suddenly stops in front and signals your party to halt. They bend down, their hands tracing a small tripwire, stretch out across the floor, barely visible to the naked eye. So people haven't played Iron Oath before. You go into these dungeons sometimes, and you've got to work your way through this sort of like top-down view of all these rooms that you've got to get to. And depending on the mission length and dungeon length, they can be much longer. And you'll also get camps if they're like medium and long length. If they're short length, you don't need it. And then you'll sometimes interact with the environment. Like now we've got this warning. Every time you move or scout, it goes by this little ticker and timer up here. Every time you get to the next, it's done like a full interval, there'll then be a certain event that'll pop off, which might either positively or negatively affect your party. Usually it's negatively, but hey, that's life, I guess. There is like 1 or 2 which are positive. Anyway, obviously we can do certain things which are a little bit faster if we have certain tools. So for example, we've got tools so we can disarm the traps much faster, or we can take more time but not use the tools, or we can just be mindful of where you step. But Rubik won't... Wait. No! Richter won't like that. Man, it's remembering who people are as well. But the dude will like that. But I'm just going to disarm a trap. I'm just going to use the tools to disarm a trap. Okay, well that didn't really work anyway, so great job. Sweat beads on Rubik's brow as they attempt to disarm a trap. Their shaking fingers suddenly slip, causing a hail of arrows to loose from the walls and wound your party. So it's not even 100% chance that it will actually work, even if you do have the stuff. And now Eowyn has already been... Damn. Bruce femur. That didn't take very long. Well, here you go. Great stuff. Good first mission back, isn't it? Can't remember half the people's names. Getting stepped on traps, getting shot with arrows. Feels very familiar. Feels very familiar. Damn, that was a good scout. I'm pretty sure we do have some company upgrades, which makes our scouting much better. Traps deal double damage. I'm glad that happened after that. Here's to say. There is a thing here, so let's go get that. Lone satchel catches your eye on the ground ahead. Open the satchel. I get my tools back. That'll do, although everyone's health isn't great. It's not terrible either. Solid 3.6. Now I should be able to use the tools to get through this. The path forward is impeded by the wall of dirt, bones, and stone rubble from the crypt's crumbling foundation. The depth of the blockage appears to be extensive, but there does seem to be a way through, provided you can reach the top. Might take some time, but I reckon there's enough materials around here to fashion a makeshift ramp. So we can build a ramp to climb up and over the rubble. That'll take 5 times, so that'll take us up to 13. Or I can use tools to climb the obstacle. Once again, it might not be a straight up, oh, it's 100%, everything's fine, nobody's going to get injured. But you know what? I'll take it. Taking a coil of rope from your pack, Richter is able to loop it around something stable at the top of the pile, allowing your crew to climb up and over and continue on your way. That time it works out pretty well. Great. And now we keep on moving. There's the fight, and that's why you should scout, ladies and gentlemen. So the interaction with how you actually get put into combat is a little bit different now, so it's a little bit more spread out on the actual map, which isn't too bad. Let's get Eowyn up here, because Eowyn is a defender. Dude can go up there. Richter come back here. Vyra can go there, since she is a Valkyrie, and Valkyries can take flight. Actually, I'm going to put the Valkyrie here, and put Eowyn there. Put you back here. That should do. Let's rock and roll. Ah, this takes me back. Right, so we do have Healing Trance and Battle Instincts, but we do also have the Crescent Wave, which will actually be super helpful here, because with Crescent Wave, if I recall... Who's this guy? Risen Soldier. Very cool. I can belt them, and it will belt them into other enemies. Or not. Man. I'm still having to relearn how to play the game. So rapid fire wouldn't do like a super amount of damage. Well, it'll do some damage. Wow. They be buffing. Good block. I'm going to assume that's a damage shield. It must be, just a note as well, we are playing on the hardest difficulty when I started it. I don't know if they've changed the hardest difficulty. There's an inkling that they might have. So Dawn, how much health have you got? So you could just heal just so you can keep going. How much damage will that do? Solid miss. Your attack missed without proper setup. Bits attacks have a risk of missing. Yes, I'm fully aware. Let's just get rid of that. There are going to be a few light changes like that just because, you know, we are here. In the technical new game. Well, let me go. Move. That should be alright. Champion's Order could be pretty handy, but I think I will just skewer for the time being, just to push him back. You gonna scream? You gonna terrorize? That's actually kind of fine, because it gets the dude out of the way, but we are got people coming in, as it were. Damn. You okay there, buddy? You good? He's good. He's fine. I wonder if they've changed the... I'm going to have to check the characters, because one of the issues was that the classes seemed to be, like, stuck in gender, which was very strange, which I found, because there was a lot of characters who wanted to be X, Y, and Z, but they couldn't be just because of the limitations of the game. So that was a little strange, but I guess we'll see if they've changed that since. Oh, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Right then. Way better. We do have people coming in, but that's fine. Now, you see this here. I'm actually going to go around and change that. If you press E after you've moved, you can actually just cancel your action. And you can also use things that are in your pack during battle, which is quite handy. You can also just run away and defend. If you stand on these little pits, there is a chance that people can be break if someone gets knocked into them. So I just want to be a little bit careful about that. Hello there. So let me go and... Ooh, Guardian Angel, the dude. Oh, he's got the right next to him as well. Can I stand there? It'll take more. If it's in grey, you can move, but it uses your entire action as well. Should be okay, because that's not going to pop off till later, so that should actually be alright. Skewers, fine. Take flight is great. You know what? Just do the standard attack. That's fine. And you, Vavavoom. Here come the rock falls, which actually end up stunning himself. He stunned a ghost of a rock. I'll believe it. I can believe it. So if I, for example, now did this. So kick up to 3 against targets, damaging and pushing him back. So if I belt him here. See you later. Do like how that works. The dude is still terrified, I am noticing. You're stunned, so that's fine. You guys are actually going to get a go before this. Man, the dude might die. Haven't had a single death in this entire campaign. And, all of a sudden... That's too far away. Okay, fine. I feel like they have turned it up a bit, then. I feel like they have turned it up a little bit. There we go. See you later. You can't really move that far, can you? How far can you heal? Just next. It's literally just next door. Right, okay then. Just heal your sen. Yep. It might happen. It might happen. Apply a damage shield to an ally for 3 rounds and transport them to a vacant cell around the Valkyrie. There we go. That'll do. It's all a learning experience at the end of the day. Man, that damage is not a lot. Not a lot. Could do Judgment, but then it'll come in after you've gone, so there's not really much point. You've got this handled, so if Rubik could come over here, give us an hand. Saying that, I don't think there's very much point doing an actual attack. Now, this is just the first fight. What is going on here? So, who's going to move? How much health have you got? 62. Jesus. Yes, quite. I'll tell you what, if they do try and make a pop at you, shoot them back. That's got some ability to it. Oh great, they're not even going to come close, are they? God damn, every time. Ah, this takes me back. You don't want to really kill your brother, do you? No, I didn't think so. Saying that. Ooh, not quite. Not quite. You're just a bit out of range. Here comes the crit. Not that we really needed it right now, but hey. Oh, well, they got a crit as well. Thanks. And that's been kind of wasted because they're just out of range. We do need to destroy this corpse, though. I'd love to stand here and do that, but you'll probably die if I did that. So let's maybe not do that. They're going to move before the big old hit. So you know what? Just heal. You're gone. See you later. You're going to come back in 1 round. You're going to bonk. How far can you hit? You know what? Make sure that one doesn't come back. Thank you. Man, like I say, this is way harder than I remember. Unless it's just been a while, but yeah. Surprising. Very surprising. Alright, Vyra, what you got for me? Too scared? That's fair. On the plus side, hard difficulty now feels like hard difficulty. So, there's that. I guess. Ah, yes, the small victories. Might also have to do with how they've reworked the enemies as well as a whole. That could be a reasoning for it. Not that I'm going to make excuses for how I'm playing the game, but it does feel a little bit different from what I remember. Not in a bad way. It's just going to be a lot more challenging now. Which I'm all here for. I am all here for. Just kill him, man. Thanks. Fortunately, Vyric can take it. So that's fine. Also, there's no point moving him because he's going to get slapped by the rocks when they come down. I mean, I guess you could heal. Who's the most injured? Quite high leveled as well, I'm pretty sure. See ya. Right. Shoot that corpse. You can't possibly miss a corpse, can you? Don't say that too loud. Bonk. Mission accomplished. I'm going to be using that basically straight away. Yeah, level 10, level 10, level 9, level 9, level 10. Oof. Well, that really put me in my place. Jeez Louise. Injury prone. A chance of incurring an injury has increased significantly. Thanks, game. You're a real one. There you go, buddy. And you. And you know what? You. Jeez. And there's another trap, so I'm glad we saw that. Stone block on the ground that doesn't match the surroundings. It looks out of place and doesn't belong. Upon a further examination, it seems to be some sort of trap. Some rube really thought they would get us with this weak nonsense. Come on, guys, don't step on the obvious trap and let's keep going. Everyone has a hearty chuckle and they carefully step around any out-of-place stones on the ground. What a rube. Alright. I always scout just to make everyone aware that I do that. I know it makes this a little bit harder, but also... Oh, that's the end. Oh, my ale! Don't take my ale away from me. Well, if this is going to be the last one, then in that case, there you go, let's heal up a little bit. I guess I'll sell the tools off. So really, it was only one fight. There might be a second one somewhere. Then there's going to be one here, no doubt. You come to a large chamber deep in the crypt, an altar at its center, with bones carefully positioned around it as if some part of ritual. The body of a man, torn limb from limb, lies in a bloody pool at the side of the room. That is a disturbing sight. Do you reckon they were responsible for the madness? Likely an amateur necromancer who could not control their own creations. Thanks, Alaric. Just then you hear crashing down the hall and turn to see a group of undead, shambling and rattling their way towards you, their unnatural shrieks reverberating along the corridor. Well, let's hope we fare better than our friend here. Well, let's take him down. That would be a lot. Oh, hello. The Risen Terror. Very cool. Resistances, vulnerabilities. Nice. So let me have a look at this. Can I, like, right-click and then look it? Oh, it goes into the Codex mode when you right-click it. Very nice. So it's vulnerable to crushing damage, and it's immune to stun, fear, and bleed. And it resists piercing. Oh, decay? No thanks, I go to my dentist. Most of the time. Okay. Well, let's get our ranged here back there. Let's get our... Let's go there, actually, and let's go here. This should be okay. Actually, I'll push you there. Push Rubik here so we can push straight in. Rubik and Richter. Rubik and Richter. Gotta remember. Remember. Right. Let's go. God. 640? Alright, bro. Let's just see if we can take some of them off the map, like, straight away. What are you gonna do, big Risen Terror? Boneyards? Ah, cool. I like seeing there's new abilities as well, which I quite like. Did that do nothing? So what's Pity for the Dead do? It's effectively a weakened ability. Right, okay. Go help out your brother. Ah, bro. Okay, don't worry about it. Holy Barrage is a bit too far away. So you know what? And you can't safeguard yourself either. I suppose you could... Nah, there's not really much point healing. You know what? This is going to be ballsy, but go stand there. And we'll go into a bit more defense. They can't really do much right now. I could actually take flight and just go fully to town on them. That would be pretty handy. Or I could skewer them, but I'm going to skewer. Even though they're immune, they are still going to take the damage. Oh, damage shield, is it? That's cute. Well, on the plus side, Actually, if I belt you into that... Ghosts don't belt, apparently. Right, you're gone anyway. I need to move her back because she's going to get crushed by rocks. You're too far away for anything to matter. Let's see if I can get Tempest out. Nah, not really. Tempest would be handy like here. If I put you here, could I go Tempest? Ooh, I can. You know what? It's been a while. Well, you killed one. I can't really get... You know what? I'm going to take the hit from him just to get out of the space. Ow! So I don't want to get stun locked forever. Vira, you could flight, right? And then you'll kill that, and then you'll injure him as well. Immune to stun, but such is life. Such is life. You're up next. Let's see. Let's safeguard. Where are you going to go, Bone Boy? You have to go through Irwin. Well, you can't actually. You'll enter into it, and you can actually attack Richter. So let's safeguard Richter just in case. And you, my ghostly friend, are flanked, bro. Man, that's not a lot of damage. Like... At least it was a crit. Still, not a lot of damage. So you're gonna move, right? Oh, God. You've got some movement. Ain't you? I don't think Overwatch is gonna work too well there. Although 1, 2, 3... I mean, I guess we could try it. It's been a while, so let's try it out. Are you gonna move in? Of course you don't. Bloody hell, who gave this guy throwing weapons? Okay, so, right, let's have a look at this one, because they've actually changed how range works. So range enemies can pack a punch, but they can be countered with line of sight or by engaging them in melee. When a line of sight is obscured, ranged units will only deal with 50%. Yeah, that's fine. Large obstacles can block line of sight completely. If cover is not an option, you can jump on top of a ranged enemy and engage them in melee. By doing this, the ranged unit can only attack adjacent enemies. Their damage is reduced by 50%. I don't know, I feel like that still sounds kind of similar to what it used to be like. But tell me if I'm wrong, because I might be wrong. Okay. Let's go see how everything's out of sight there. Out of sight, out of mind, apparently. So, if we go Conduit, we could kill that one outright. But you know what? Let's kill the Risen Soldier outright, because he's on his way. Vira, if you can lock down the Risen Terror, that would be fabulous. Maybe don't stab him away. Maybe just, well, actually... Now he's locked down. No more throwing axes for you, good sir. Keep that in the Battle Brothers games. Thank you. How are you doing? You're on 131. It's not great. You know what? Heal up. Now. Can't see anything there. What about if you go here? Still nothing? No, you can see something there. Okay. There's no point doing Hone, because that's bleed, and they're ghosts and zombies, so... I guess I'll do a little bit more damage like that. Kaboom, Rico. Or kaboom, Richter. If Pity for Dead is just like a damage debuff, then I'm absolutely fine with the damage debuff. Honestly. You're going to come back, so we'll handle that in a second. Holy Bride would hurt our own people, so let's not do that. Sometimes a normal attack is fine. A normal attack is fine. You just keep that one locked down. Make sure he doesn't get back up. This is a lot more... This feels a lot more intense and more involved than it used to be, which is good. It actually feels like stuff is happening more often, if you get what I mean. I feel like I'm having to actually think about what I'm doing, which is nice. Well, let's get you out of the explosion. Will you kill it? Not quite, and you'll only take 50%. Well, let's line you up to die. Ah, bro, don't hit my boy. That's just constant debuffs. I am not worried about constant debuffs. He's kind of screwed himself with this because he's put the bone zone in the wrong way. Although I can't see him technically. Although Conduit would go over. There we go. There it is. There's the Conduit damage. See you later. Could I grant? That'd be great if I could grant you. But I will grant Is it a one and done move? It's instant. Great. Let me power up. Although healing trance might be better to do at this rate, if I'm quite honest. Although it takes 4 turns to channel, so let's maybe not do that. Damage is damage, I guess. Rubik might go down. So you don't die like instantly, as far as I recall. You go down. Actually, put you there because that means you'll have to move out of the attack range if he wants to come. If he wants to come get you. It's on 72. So what does Nightmare do? I'm also gonna check all these attributes and like abilities out quite a bit, just because a lot of them are new. So you've got Sleep, Champion's Order. You've got Decay. Every round, your maximum HP is reduced temporarily. Okay, all right. Not terrible. Not great either. I don't think there's anything you can actually do, so I'm just gonna sit here. Anyway, you're not dead. Ah, finish it, will you? I've missed that. See ya! And a Scroll of Mending. Increase Mending by 5. So Mending is a new attribute which they've put in, so it kind of goes off like your health shields and like how well you heal, effectively. So let me just loot that. I'll be taking that. That seems like the last of them, Arcade. The dead here can rest peacefully once more. Also, it's not built in that he says Arcade. I built that in because you can add like your own moniker at the start of a game. Mine's Arcade because obviously I'm from Yorkshire, so there you go. Right, let's head out. Let's leave. Nice. So that was a little bit more intense than I was expecting. That was only a short mission and only a 2-skull one, but that was definitely harder than some of like the 3 and I don't know if they were 4-skull ones back in the day. But that was definitely more difficult and a lot more challenging, which I'm all here for. It actually made it feel like there was a risk of someone dying, which, as I was saying when we looked at the company history, we haven't lost anyone yet. Okay, so everything's a little bit broken up, but I managed to get a little bit more money back. Cool. Let's head on back, y'all. Back to Aros. God, 19 days. That's a hell of a trip. What's that currently? Need at least 1,400 to cover the cost of paying your company. Still an expensive bunch of bastards. I said that in many different campaigns over many different games, but hey, that's just the way things are. Yep, as safe as I'll be if the undead have been dealt with at least. That is a relief, please. He hands you a purse of coins. Take this with my sincerest thanks. Cheers, fam. And we've got another renown point. Let's go to the company upgrades, and I'll take that to sell. I'll see if it's actually worth it. The whole like trading system is quite interesting in this game as well, because similar to people who have played Battle Brothers and War Tales and like mercenary and adventure company-based games will know that trading's like a big factor in all those sort of games. In here, you do get more money for depending on if you hold on to it and go to another city that like needs the actual resource more than like another. So I was going to upgrade this, so I am going to upgrade that to 12, apply, done, so we can get 2 more people in. Also, once again, depending on how interested people are in this game again, I am happy to take on character submissions. It's not going to be as big as like Battle Brothers or XCOM, but it's a bit more chill. This is more of a loose fit series, I would say, because it's going to be a case of maybe covering it for an episode or 2 or 3, depending on how interested people are, and then waiting until the update, next update in June, doing more then, so on and so forth. Right, let's have a quick look around. I don't think I need to heal anyone, because otherwise I would have to go to the infirmary. I'm pretty sure the infirmary still works to save. Oh no, Earwin needs to go in, so there you go. Good thing with the infirmary as well, you can leave them in here, and if you leave the city, they will eventually just come back and join you wherever you are on the road. You don't have to come back for them, unless they've changed that with the update. For all I know, they have. So let's have a look here. So average selling price is 120, but the sell price here is 139. So I will sell it, and I will repair all my stuff here. This breakdown is good. This breakdown already existed before this update. One thing that I wish they did do, though, if you could actively, like, change and sell stuff on them right here, right now. Like, I'm clicking everything here, but it does nothing. Or, like, moving stuff onto here for them. So you can actually actively manage their equipment build-out in the shop here and now. But I think that'd be a nice quality of life thing I would like them to add. I don't think there's anything else I really need. I'll sell that because I don't need that anymore. Back to 2 grand. I think we're okay. God, 454. What do we actually need? I've got common, heavy, epic, epic medium, pristine light, epic heavy, rare light. Obviously, depending on the classes, is what you need, and rare medium. I think I am going to do one more dungeon just to see our other characters that we haven't seen in a while. I can also just take this as well. Like, average price is 160, purchase price is 150. And then here, you know what, I'll take one of each of these just to show off, like, the trading a little bit. And then I am going to go to a different sea. I could take, like, another one of these, but I think I will go somewhere else. I might go for a little bit of a trip up north. Wouldn't that be nice? To a place where they like us a lot. Where everyone knows our name. House Jawson, the northern hold of Raynolheim. Great allies, contracts available too. Let's go there. 26 days. I can see the city info here. That's really handy as well. There is wars that happen sometimes, for people who haven't seen the game. You can see the borders of the regions, as well as, like, the land where people control. So you've got House Jawston, which is the northern place, and then you've also got House Teleron, Athira, and then Frostborn, and then there's a few vassal houses within that as well. But there are wars that pop off that you can get on the other side of whenever they happen as well, which are pretty interesting. Like, some of these places did not used to own to these people. Like, Hearthval and Frostborn, no spoilers for the rest of the series, but they did not used to belong to those houses. But anyway, let's get to Raynolheim. And like I say, Eowyn Rhiannon has rejoined the company after recovering from her injuries, so that hasn't changed since the update, so they do just re-meet you back on the road. Alaric said, our scouts report a small pack of blighted wandering up the road. We'll come across them soon enough unless we alter course. Your orders are, kid. Let's just attack them. Let's just go for it, mate. Gain 5 of the citizens of Aeros. So we are patrolling the region even though we're not patrolling the region, and it's only a 2 skull one, recommended level 4+. So let's get people in that we didn't get to see in that fight. So, and everyone is also still well rested. So there is still this, setup. So effectively, if you're well rested, you get a buff, and you get an extra 25% XP buff and a 5% power buff. You can still use them if they're available, but they just won't get that ability jump, as it were. So let's use Uric, let's use Theodore. Bit of Song of Ice and Fire over there. And then Rosalind is our off guardian, so I could use her. Actually, I just use the rest of them, because that's 5. Group of 5 there, group of 5 there. There you go, that's how this works. Nice one. Let's see if there's any new enemy types. That was weird. They were definitely there, and then they weren't there. Okay, so they're a little bit more spread out. To be fair, there's only, like, what, 2 enemies this way? So I think it'll be better to go and deal with these guys. What's the tar pit do? Slowing occupants, lowering their speed. Any flame-based attack will light the tar pit on fire. Ah, Uric's favorite place to be, effectively. Well, let's get stacked up together. Let's make them come to us. Ooh. Alright, Rust Bucket, let's go. I'll also show off the character editor a little bit in this video, just so people haven't seen the game. I'm going to assume you guys are going to come towards us. So let's see if Overwatch works this time. Wouldn't that be nice? It's almost like they know. Aha! Take that. Fiend! So Ice Bolt and Pillar Ice targets up to 2 cells within range and damage occupants, slowing them for 1 round and applying ice terrain. Since you can't see them, I assume that's not going to help either. Oh no, that will. Then we've also got Ice Wall, which is a destructible wall of ice on any cell that partially blocks line of sight. And then we've got Arctic Armor, which is also very cool. You know what? Let's just put Ice, and because you can actually click second target, you can actually just use the same target twice. Nice! Ice is nice. There's the Overwatch popping off, very good. And because he was defending, he took less damage. Great stuff. Uric's a little bit too far for this, to be honest. I'm probably going to add a little bit of a trap for these fellows. So let me just put a return to Cinder Trap. As you can imagine, it would be a trap. As soon as you stand on there, they're going to get absolutely immolated. I think this is covered. So instead, I will send Rosalind this way just to defend for a bit. We've got the big Nemesis-looking mofo over there. There are some people coming in, but that should be fine. What's Crippling Force? Because Rubik didn't have that. Strike an adjacent enemy and warp directly behind him for a second strike that pushes them away. Ooh, very cool. And will Fist of Fury kill it? Not really. You got a lot more health than I thought you did, bud. You got to bear in mind that Rust is also a lower level than our other bigger pugilist, Rubik. I'm having to say the names slower just to remember their names. Don't worry, by the next one I'll remember them. So there's not really much going on here, so I guess I'll bring Theodore over here. I could build an ice wall just to really piss them off. You know what? I guess I will do that. Guess I gotta funnel you. Ooh, you're in the tar as well, so I can set the tar on fire. Very nice. And then I can put Rosalind here, which means the only way around is through her, which would be very cool. Could also do Cleansing Light, but that's not really doing that much. She's more of just a shield person. Now, if I stand here and Heat Wave, this should do some Mondo damage, I do believe. Any flame-based attack will light the tar pit on fire. And then also Heat Wave also gives him a damage shield, so yeah, sure. Yeah, you ain't getting round. You're not moving. Okay. How much is your movement range? I could actually just walk away from you for the time being, because you're not really that important. You ain't special. Although I don't really want to stand in the fire and do that. I could actually Palm Strike, maybe? Is adjacent, though. That's adjacent. So you know what? Let's do the Kaioken move. Battle Instinct, which increases our power. Not really worried about you right now. This is also fine, so not to worry. I am actually going to pull back slightly. I love E. I love using the E button. And I will rapid fire here. I do need to move Rosalind because that looks like it's going to be a bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Good thing about this is it's a one-fight thing, so I don't need to worry about going too crazy. I can also blow up the ice wall and shatter it, which will damage all adjacent enemies, but for the time being, I'm just going to do this. You're stunned and on fire. Great. Ooh, that's rough, buddy. But thanks to her being a super-duper shield person, she should be okay, and she can blind enemies as well, which is very cool. Good Cleansing Light. It's not really going to do all that much damage, so let's blind them. I assume they can be blinded. Accuracy and evasion reduced by 75. Yes, indeed. And I will go Blazing Lance. Just to show off some abilities that we haven't seen in a while. Damn. That looked disgusting. What was that? Oh, taunt a user forced to attack a source of a taunt. That's actually fine. Actually fine, mate. So you're going to die. You're probably going to die. But you know what? Since we're in Kaioken mode, we could probably actually kill one of these guys. No, we can't. Damn, these guys are stronger than I thought they would be. Yeesh. Alright. Okay, Fire Trap is still there, which is great. If we move here slightly so the enemy can't hit us, that'll kill it, and then I can use here to then use the second ability to hit that one instead. Great. Also, it makes an ice floor, which then makes slow. So yeah, they're a little bit on the slower side. Are you not... Do you know this is here? Is this why you're not doing it? Do you get damaged by fire, or are you immune to fire? I feel like you should be immune to fire, technically. The standing next to fire. Oh, fueled by fire, plus 5 fire damage from Pyrolance's passive for standing next to fire or burning targets. Now, it says next to fire, not on fire. So I'm guessing standing on fire might be a big no-no. I can't quite remember, though. I'm going to go with it's a big no-no. How's your health? You're on half. You should be okay, to be honest. You could just Cleansing Light it. That really did not do that much damage. Damn. Is there still more coming? Jeez Louise, alright. These guys don't be messing. See ya! Good job. Now, get behind Yurik and get an Overwatch up. Because I feel like we're all going to be walking over now. Yeah, I took the bait, I guess. You can also switch with people, which I will do, actually. Just so the range will actually work. See ya! You walked out of his range, so you're going to get an attack of opportunity. Now, have we got the ability where it doesn't hurt our friends? I'm pretty sure I don't have it, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to just live with it. You know what? Nuke him. Let's just take him off the map. Still another one, jeez. So Yurik could take over there. Can you just heal for the time being? You're slightly too out of bounds. But you can heal Elsa instead. And then my boy. Ah, here's the problem. Here's the rub. Well, I guess Rapid Fire will damage it to the point of actually making some difference, and then you can switch out with Rust. And Rust can't Palm Strike it because it's out of the way, unfortunately. But at least you can stand here to get in the way so we don't hit Theodore anymore. And Theodore, get out of that awful corruption, because that stops you from using... Well, it takes morale damage, and also enemies, however, are healed by 10% of their maximum health each round, so we changed that slightly as well, which is fine. See you later, bud. And then we can look at doing here... Man, these guys have got a lot of health. A lot of health. Right, who's injured? Sound off. Kind of okay, to be fair. I think you're more injured than anything. Good job. Also another turn, that's great. I will safeguard Uric. And then can you come in here? Yes, you can. Not really a lot of damage, though. Not really a lot of damage. 58 ain't great. It ain't great. And we've overused Rapid Fire, so we're now out, unfortunately. Using Overwatch won't work on this guy. Watch True Sight. Marks a single target for 3 rounds, increases their attack range by 1, and activates a precision aim. Mark targets take 25% more damage from all sources. Done. I will take it. So now, he should get absolutely obliterated. And if I stand here, that'll stop this guy from going anywhere else, which is quite handy. It seems that they know where traps are, is one thing I'll say. Well, that did nothing. Not sure what that was, but you were immune to it, so great. Still can't use that, not really. Let's flank. I know you're going to be slowed, but don't worry too much about it. If you can't keep moving like that. Man. This is taking a bit of remembering. There we go. Annoyingly, he can now just walk straight through, which might do, to be honest. So Shell is torn, right? Yeah, that's fine then. That's not really that much of an issue. Healing. Also, these battles do feel a little bit more drawn out. I think that might just be because of the difficulty changes and adjustments. Obviously, they had to change difficulty due to having 5 people in a fight, because they had to rebalance having 5 characters in a fight, which makes sense. Let's see. Well, now I remember what that does. Great stuff. Better Arctic armor up. Do you get burned? You do get burned. That was more of a test just to remember whether he does or not. Can confirm that he does get burned. Even though he's a Pyrolancer, so you'd think... Well, anyway. Well, anyway. Right, you know what, in that case, then. God, we do have a lot of health. Oh, you attacked him instead, fine. And now it's a puddle, which is really cool, but it melts and then turns into a puddle. And if you're wet, you get hit by more lightning damage, because of course you do. Because of course you do. This thing's got so much health. It's probably got some crazy resistance, to be fair. If I click this... What's your resistance? Crushing. Vulnerable to piercing. That tracks. Anyway, see you later, bro. Whew! Mate! I mean, great job, but wow. We need to do some serious repairs, and that was a much elongated fight than I was expecting. To Raynolheim we go. Let's get some repairs in and see what we can do with the next, like, contract. I know this is already quite a longish video already, so maybe we just check out Raynolheim and then call it a day. But we'll see. Let's end the see. Have, like, a proper breakdown. Let me have a quick look at the characters as well. So if I go to characters, if I say go I'll choose one. I don't think Rosalind is actually a subscriber character. I don't think. So let me use her as an example. So if I go to edit, obviously you can change the names and everything. You can change the pronouns, which is actually quite good. There's also the bases. So all this is completely interchangeable, no matter like who you are, what you align yourself with. But in terms of like the actual avatars, like the sprites, those don't change at all. So I think that's my only like thing they need to update, just to make this more accessible to just everyone, really. If they're gonna go the whole hog, they might as well go the whole hog, you know, instead of like just half stepping. But once again, that's just my opinion. But that's sort of like effectively the character editor. There is like a lot of stuff. Obviously, depending on the classes, you will have different colors to your armor and hair types. I say hair types. There's not really many hair types, so there is quite a few here and there. In terms of like the hair colors and stuff, there's a small variation, tattoos and plate armor and so on and so forth, which you can see in the little thing here. So it's not bad. There's enough customization options to make it feel like you are making the characters that you want to make, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's have a look in here. We have used the infirmary already. I don't think I need to use it again. I think we're all okay. Then have a quick look at the inn. I'll buy everyone around, because that's just the sort of nice guy that I am. Although I have now got not a lot of money. There is sort of like a reputation and also like a friendly thing inside this game. So if I went to like the characters now, you see there's 134, or 109, 109, okay, well, 100. All right, 95, Theodore. All right, thanks, man. And then they also have different relationships with different people as well. Also, that depends on their traits. If they have like traits that are matching, they'll like each other more. But if they've got like clashing traits, they might get a bit annoyed and pop off with certain people. We can also rest, which will make everything better. But none of us are really fatigued because we do also recover on the road. We also can recruit. This is the place to be. We've got an Icebinder, a Stormcaller, and another Icebinder. They're not too expensive, but I can't really afford it right now. Allegedly, from what I'm gathering. Once again, if anyone wants to jump in, I have room for them if they would like. Let me have a quick look at the marketplace. Like I said, I did take some materials with us. Was it worth it? God. For 5 whole gold. Is it gold or crowns in this game? Coin. Fine. You always got to check. An 8. Woo! I have made 13. I am living it up. Which basically covers our repairs. So I guess I'll take that as a win. Nothing really here massively. I mean, there's the epic heavy brigandine, but I think heavy is fine, other than for Rosalind, who hasn't got. She's just got common. I don't really have a grand to drop on armor though at the moment. Let's see what this is. Eradicate void spawn. When no one needs help with the void spawn. It's basically 1,000 coin. That's pretty damn good. 300. Let's procure some items. You can actually take more than one contract from what I recall. So let's have a look. So if it isn't the Northerners, you're always welcome within Raynolheim. Yeah, no, we're great. As far as I'm concerned, you assume you saw my notice. I did. Splendid. I deal in all sorts of wares and supplies. Okay, so we gotta go to Hastenhold. You're of a deal. We'll leave as soon as we can. Okay, so receive oils and wax from Hastenhold. That's fine. But then I'm pretty sure I can also take this one as well. I can. These damn void spawns seem to be everywhere these days, don't they? The local Vanguard garrison woefully undermanned. My liege has asked me to deal with the problem, however I see fit. Would you be interested in a little work, or what needs doing? There's a nearby fort of ours that was recently overrun by those abominations. I was going to gather some soldiers and reclaim it myself, but I see no reason the job can't be outsourced to a company such as you send. What do you say? Yeah, we'll clear it out. Go for it. I don't know what the little star is. Interesting. Come see me when it's done and we'll sort out your payment. Thanks. Cool, so if I now leave... So Hastenhold, I don't think is super far, so we've got to go here, but then we've also got to go clear all the void spawn. As to where it is... Oh, it's miles away! Alright, in that case, I'm going to go walk up to Hastenhold, because they love us in Hastenhold. Absolutely love us. And I can at least go and retrieve the oils and wax from there. So you really want to use your efficiency by getting as many contracts as you can that go to, like, the same place. Let me just go get the oils here. Perfect. You have the oils and wax, I gather. That'll be 288 gold, crowns, coins. 288 money, please. There you go. Hand over the payment. She quickly counts the coins to make all sure is accounted for. Looking satisfied, she then pockets them with a smile. Looks good. Glad we could do business. Likewise. Cool. So I then need to go back to Raynolheim, but I'm going to go to the void spawn for first and foremost. What have you got? Retrieve a resource from nearby crypt. The trader is in need of an armed escort. I mean, that's... Where are you going? If you're going to Rainelheim, I can take you there. Where are you going? You're going to Rainelheim? Well, in that case... Yeah, sounds pretty straightforward. What type of goods are you transporting? Well, I'm trading all sorts of things. Nothing out of the ordinary I can assure you, and I'd rather not divulge my inventory. He looks around and leans in close. You never know who could be listening. Sounds pretty straightforward. And what's the payment? 300 crowns, or coins, or gold, or little bits of money. How does that sound? Yeah, sure thing. But now, I don't think I have to directly go there. I think I can just go, well, you're coming with us, but we're going to make a bit of a trip here first and foremost. But you have to come with us, so I'm protecting you, technically, but we're just going the long way around. This means I can hand in Supply Run, Eradicate, and Safeguard at the same time, and make some serious money. But our scouts have spotted a throng of undead just over the rise. They'll be sure to terrorize the locals unless dealt with. What would you have us do? Rubik stands beside you, his brow furrowed. Rubik, an unusual place to find the undead. A necromancer is perhaps responsible. Now, with the time as what it is, because I know we're closely getting to the hour mark, I think I am going to stop there for this episode. It was just sort of like a look into what has sort of changed with the Friends and Foe update, and I think we sort of got a bit of a nice glimpse, but it would be nice to see a little bit more as well. So if anyone would be interested in seeing more of the Iron Oath, now that there has been a bit of a big update for the early access in general, then just let me know down in the comments below. Let me know in the Discord as well, and then I can maybe put some time aside to have a look at this more over in the coming week whilst I'm taking a bit of a break from Battle Brothers and only focusing on XCOM, as I can find some time to cover it as well. But as I say, just let me know down below. And also, if you want a character, feel free, but don't feel too pressured to do it, because this is going to be a little bit more chilled out as well. But as always, if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to check out the rest of the channel. I'm sure there's more in there that you'll enjoy. If you haven't checked out the Iron Oath playthrough, feel free to check out the entire thing. It was very fun to play, but the only issue is that the content felt like it got a bit limited after a while, hence why I've stopped on a few occasions. But now that we've had a bit of an update, I feel like we can sort of revisit again, for at least for a little while, until there is another update after this. But then, as well, feel free to subscribe and hit my notification bell so next time we are going out with XCOM, you will know as well, maybe in this game, and when the next series of Battle Brothers starts, then you'll get the notification right to your door. If you can't wait till then, feel free to join the Discord and come talk to us fellow Northerners. We are a hardy and happy bunch to talk to, that's for sure. And if you'd like to support the North any further, feel free to buy us a cuppa on coffee, as it does help me get through my editing process with the caffeine that you supply. Ciao for now, guys and girls. Until next time.